I get it when you've been scrolling through a dozen 4K monitors, trying to picture how a 43-inch screen would actually fit on your desk. The doubt starts to pile up. You're thinking, will this be a giant eye strain machine, or will it finally let me spread my spreadsheets, video timelines, and Netflix tabs without constantly alt-tabbing? And before you waste a weekend setting it up only to regret the purchase, you want a clear picture of who really benefits from a monitor this size and who might be better off staying with a smaller panel. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Ultrasharp U4323Qe isn't just a big screen for the sake of it. It's aimed at people who actually need that extra real estate for multitasking. Think graphic designers juggling Photoshop, Illustrator, and reference windows, data analysts with dozens of columns open, or home office warriors who want a single display to replace a dual monitor rig. The 4K resolution on a 43-inch panel works out to a pixel density that's sharp enough to keep text crisp while still giving you the ability to pull a 19201080 video up to full screen without it looking pixelated. In everyday use, that translates to being able to keep a Zoom call on one side of the screen, a spreadsheet on the other, and still have a space for a design mock-up in the middle, all without the eyes darting between separate monitors. If you're the type who only uses a laptop for browsing, email, and occasional streaming, the extra size may feel more like a desk-occupying piece of furniture than a productivity booster. The desk footprint is significant, and the stand, while sturdy, isn't the most flexible. There's tilt but no height adjustment, so you'll need to make sure your desk height aligns with a comfortable viewing angle. In that sense, the monitor is a better fit for a dedicated workstation where you can set it up once and leave it be, rather than a cramped apartment desk that doubles as a dining table. One of the practical strengths that shows up when you actually plug it in is the built-in connectivity hub. The U4323Qe packs a handful of USB-C ports, a DisplayPort, HDMI, and a few downstream USB-A ports, so you can run a single cable from a modern laptop and get video, power, and data all at once. In my test setup, I connected a recent MacBook Pro via USB-C, and the monitor supplied enough power to keep the laptop charged while driving a 4K signal. That eliminated the spaghetti of cables on my desk and meant I could switch to a Windows PC in a snap using the KVM feature, which toggles keyboard and mouse control between two computers. For anyone who juggles a desktop and a laptop, that convenience can shave minutes off daily setup time, a small but noticeable quality of life upgrade. On the flip side, the built-in speakers are serviceable but not a replacement for a proper sound system. They're fine for system alerts, video calls, or background music, but if you're looking for cinematic audio while editing video or watching movies, you'll quickly want external speakers or headphones. The monitor also leans toward a brighter, slightly cooler color temperature straight out of the box. While most users will find the picture vibrant, creative professionals who demand precise color grading may still need to calibrate the panel or invest in a color-accurate monitor. The good news is that Dell provides a decent factory calibration profile, but it isn't a substitute for a dedicated hardware calibrator if you need tight tolerances. Another consideration is the power draw. A 43-inch 4K panel sips more electricity than a typical 27-inch office monitor, and if you're environmentally conscious or trying to keep your electricity bill low, that's something to weigh. In my usage scenario, a mix of office work and occasional media consumption, the power consumption was noticeable but not excessive. It hovered around 5060 watts under normal load, spiking a bit when HDR content was playing. For a workstation that's on most of the day, you'll see that add up, but it's comparable to running a small desktop PC. Ergonomics can be a hidden trade-off. Because the stand doesn't tilt very far forward, you may need to sit a little farther back to hit the optimal viewing distance for 4K detail. That works fine if you have a deep desk, but cramped setups can force you into a less than ideal posture. Some reviewers have used a third-party VESA mount to gain height and swivel adjustments. The monitor's VESA-compatible pattern makes that possible, but it does add extra cost and installation effort. If you're particular about ergonomics, plan for a mount before you buy. So, who should actually press add to cart? If you're a power user who spends hours in front of a screen, especially in fields like design, video editing, software development, or data analysis, the U4323Qe offers a tangible upgrade in workflow efficiency. The large canvas means fewer window switches, the 4K sharpness keeps text readable at normal viewing distances, and the connectivity hub simplifies cable management. It also makes sense for a home theater setup.